Good evening, Black people and all allies fighting for Black liberation, Black prosperity, and Black joy. I'm Charles Blow, and welcome to Prime. Earlier tonight, the House voted to create a commission to look into the January 6th insurrection. 35 Republicans joined Democrats to pass it, but they did so over the objections of House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy, who opposed the bill. Today, the Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell joined McCarthy in his opposition. The Republican leadership in Congress seemed to be engaged in a coordinated effort to reduce and minimize the attack on the U.S. Capitol or erase it altogether. McCarthy, in particular, wants to muddy the waters by widening the inquiry to include investigations into anti-fascist and Black Lives Matter. They want to flatten all of this into a single mass of things that happened during the pandemic, none better or worse than the others. Things happening on the ideological left as well as on the right, but these things are not equal at all, and they know it. But this is how propaganda is born and how history is buried. It is shockingly easy to do and has been done often. We are just weeks away from the 100th anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre, when in 1921, white citizens of that city, aided by the National Guard, it should be noted, destroyed the Greenwood section of that city, a prosperous, self-sufficient community known as Black Wall Street, killing as many as 300 people and leaving 8,000 others homeless. One of the most remarkable things about that massacre was the concerted effort by the city to erase it from the history, and just how effective that campaign was. We sometimes underestimate human impulses and human nature when we simply assume that the memory of a thing, a horrible thing, will last forever. Often, the perpetrators of the offense desperately want to let the stigma fade, and the victim hesitates to pass on the pain of it to children and family. Everybody is waiting for the healing power of time. That happened in Tulsa. So when I see Republicans trying to alter our perception of the insurrection, I do not take that lightly. There is nothing silly or trivial about it. Memory is malleable. This tactic may now fail on 50 and work on 5, but years from now, it may fail on 5 and work on 50. You can read the rest of my column at nytimes.com, but joining me right now is Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, who was at the hearing today on the Tulsa Massacre. Welcome, Congresswoman.
Thank you. Thank you for having me this evening.
What was the feeling like in that room today?
It was very painful. I was in that room in 2007. Some of the witnesses reminded me when we made an effort to address this massacre, this erasing of humanity, of human beings. 300 buried in unnamed graves, 1,256 homes were destroyed. We were detained, and when I say that, Black Tulsans were detained. It was vicious, it was vile. And here we were in 2021 when we were listening to descendants, in particular Mother Fletcher, Mother Randall, and her brother, who was a World War II veteran. They were remaining with the voices of poverty and unashamed, unabashedly, that their opportunities were extinguished on that day, 1921. And the government, the state of Oklahoma, the city of Tulsa has never acknowledged or provided repair or reparations. So it was very painful. And what we were committed to in that hearing was to make a difference.
So you're exactly right. The city and the state have never paid reparations. The people who testified today, many of them were asking for the federal government to step in and pay reparations because the city and state had not. Do you believe that the federal government should pay reparations to the survivors and descendants of the Tulsa Massacre?
Well, you know, I'm a champion of H.R. 40, the commission to study reparations and develop proposals and to study slavery. I certainly do believe that there is a space and a place to deal with Tulsa. Tulsa is a most recent living example of the atrocities based on race, white supremacy, and institutional racism that the naysayers about what should be done as it relates to slavery cannot deny. It's within our eyesight. We can see it. And clearly, I believe there should be many options for the people of Tulsa, Greenwood. Banks took their money and never gave it back because they said, you have no proof that your money was in our bank. Insurance companies took their insurance payments and never paid them. So there are private claims that those from Greenwood can have, along with the larger concept of reparations. And when something is governmentally sanctioned, then there is a stakeholder position that you hold. And I believe that descendants and as well these particular witnesses today are stakeholders as it relates to government sanctioned threats. As you indicated, the National Guard, the Army was engaged, police was engaged, and they're all governmentally paid. And so this has to be responded to by the government, which is what people seem to push back on when they talk about reparations. They don't want to pay it. No one is asking an individual to pay it, but the harm has been done by the very entity that you are subjected to. You are subordinate to the government. The government, even though it is a government of the people and by the people, you have to follow the government. When the government comes in and uses a heavy hand, then the result should be responded to by the government.
So, let's say if, there's a giant if, the federal government agreed to pay Tulsa, those descendants, some reparations. That opens a door, sets a precedent, right? There are countless other massacres, including of Native Americans, not just black people in this country. If you start to pay, you set a precedent that we pay. That is not our precedent right now. And I think part of the resistance is that is a floodgate resistance, that they think that if they pay one, they'd have to pay all. Do you think it sets a precedent if that were to happen?
Well, Charles, here's what I believe. You need to do the right thing for the wrong that has occurred. In the course of the history of the United States, the wealthiest country in the world, and has been for a long period of its history, there have been trillions and billions of dollars spent and wasted, from anything to the Trump tax cut to many other issues that the government has expended dollars for. We've been in wars that many of us have disagreed with, starting with Dr. Martin Luther King. So I would make the point is that we have to right the wrong. We have to repair what has been broken. And frankly, when you repair, you boost and build your nation. You build the people who have been hurt and harmed. We can't make judgments of all of the different incidences that may require repairing. But if we pass H.R. 40, the Commission is studying develop reparation proposals, which come in many different forms. As I indicated, in addition to the government's action, there's a private entities that seem to be liable as relates to the people of Tulsa. They have not been able to make a way, even with the questions of the violation of their civil rights or the taking of wealth. So maybe the government, in one of their repairs, can help have these private entities address the losses of the people of Tulsa that they've never been able to address or get them to even pay attention to. So when you pass H.R. 40, the door opens to repair in many forms. And I don't want anyone to push back on H.R. 40 on the basis of we're setting precedent and there's a lot of money. Yes, precedent may be set, but we have spent a lot of money over the years. No one can calculate, if I just take slavery, of over 200 years of bondage, what that meant to this nation in terms of wealth. No one can calculate to date how much wealth has been taken away from African Americans, descendants of enslaved Africans. We do know that numbers like $17,000 for a family of four is the wealth of African Americans to $174,000 for a white family. And we know they're impoverished people in all backgrounds. Let's pass legislation that begins to heal, develop the pathway for America to do what is right. I would hope most Americans would want us to do what is right.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, thank you as always for joining me tonight. And now, also joining me is Senator Chris Van Hollen. Senator, how are you?
It's good to be with you. Thanks for having this show.
So, the commission to study the insurrection on January 6th passed the House tonight, and it passed with a surprising number of Republicans joining the Democrats. I think it was 35 Republicans. Did that surprise you?
Well, as you know, Kevin McCarthy originally said that if you created a fair structure with equal members on each side, appointed by Republicans and Democrats, that was something that he was going to support. And then, of course, he jumped ship. So I was pleased to see 35 Republicans from the House join the Democrats, especially after Kevin McCarthy, the Republican leader, cowardly backed out.